Hello Aries, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. This is your reading. As you know, it may not resonate with everyone, so please keep that in mind. But this is for Aries, those born under the zodiac sign of the Aries. New energies coming in for Aries. 5-card spread. Remember, Tarot is here to help, not to hinder. If you don't like the path shown, take a detour. If you do like it, embrace it. Don't sabotage it. But this is a reading that you can do something with. You have free will. Let's see what the incoming energies are for you. Taking control. Valor. Doing things right. Exceptionally well. Doing things exceptionally well. Getting one up on a situation. 7 of Wands. That's the coming in energy. I shuffle these and I shuffle these. But this is in the past you had trouble moving on from something. Maybe some of you had trouble traveling. Maybe some of you had trouble moving. Maybe some of you had trouble moving on from a negative situation with the 6 of Swords in reverse. Obstacles, speaking your truth. Maybe you're having trouble communicating. Maybe the way you're coming across is awfully sharp, or somebody else around you is doing this. It's getting your truth out. Maybe you're having trouble doing so. And remember, I will be clarifying these, and as I go on, the story does change up as I explain the cards. Current environment is the Queen of Wands. This could be you in reverse, feeling uptight, upset because of something that happened. But you are getting on top of things. That's the energy coming in. So it's telling me you're getting on top of things and making things right within your own life from a situation that maybe you were having trouble moving on. Maybe communications were really harsh. But this is a Queen of Wands in reverse, and any sign can get in reverse. They don't have to be a horrible person. They could maybe not feeling well. Maybe there's someone made them upset, irritated them. Sometimes they can be mean, but it's just not feeling themselves 100%. And the Queen of Wands, as you know, can most likely Aries, sometimes Leo, Sagittarius, depending on, what definitions you use. But I find out it's a lot of times that it can be Aries. Outside influences or what is coming towards you, something's not completed, or you don't feel like you completed a cycle possibly. We will clarify these. That's the 4 of Wands in reverse. In the end, you feel like something is kind of hopeless, but that's a feeling. Let's find out what it is, because I know you're getting on top of things, but maybe you are taking a hold of something because of the situation you were going through, and you are going to succeed in that area. But the reason why you're doing all this is because you feel like a situation is hopeless. Let's find out what's going on now. Now, in the past, you got the 6 of Swords. It is in reverse. You're feeling like you can't move on from something, or like I said, travels, whatever, moving. So 6 of Swords in reverse while you're there for Aries in the past. You're wanting to complete something with the 4 of Wands, but for some reason, you're unable to move on. You're wanting this completion now. So 6 of Swords, 4 of Wands, while you're there in the past for Aries. The 4 of Wands is in the upright. So while you're there, you didn't like what was offered you. Someone offered you something, and you were kind of thinking about it, but you didn't like what was offered with the 4 of Cups. So people say missed opportunities. Not necessarily. It's usually something offered to you that you may not like. It can be a missed opportunity, but it's not with this, I don't think so. But I'm thinking you didn't like what was offered. If you ever look at some of the other images from other decks, like the Rider, wait, is someone offering someone a cup and they're going, I don't know if I want that, But it's not like they turn it away at that moment, So, as an obstacle, Ace of Swords. This is someone speaking their truth, and it's an obstacle. Maybe you spoke it and it was harsh, or maybe someone spoke it with you and it was harsh, or maybe someone's having trouble speaking their truth in general. So, Ace of Swords in the upright as the obstacle for Aries while you're there. You were having hope, or you were wanting hope, but I'm thinking because it's an obstacle, and even though it's in the upright, you're still feeling like there was a hopeless situation, even though you were aiming for that. Ace of Swords, the Star card, both in the upright as the obstacle. Why you there for Aries? Yeah, and you're having trouble seeing things clearly or getting your, like I said, messages across with the Two of Swords in reverse. Remember, it's an obstacle here. So when it's in reverse, you're having trouble possibly gaining that, where, setting boundaries or, seeing things clearly or taking off the blindfolds. Now, there's the current environment, got the Queen of Wands, and she is in, or he is in reverse. Doesn't it, it could be male or female. So Queen of Wands in reverse, why you there for Aries as the current environment. Yeah, you're thinking about, it could be that some of you, a situation try to resurrect in your life, and you don't want it to be. With the Death card in reverse, you want to keep something gone that needs to stay gone. So Queen of Wands, Death in reverse, why you there? It also could be something ended and it really upset you. Something that you wanted. Something that you wanted to bring back into your life for some of you. But not necessarily. It could be someone else feeling this way towards you. These energies can flip to people that are watching about an Aries. So Queen of Wands, Death card, both in reverse, why you there for Aries? As the current environment. And making a final decision. Yeah, you're going to have to make a final decision. You will make a final decision on something. But the outside environment of what is causing this, or supporting this, I should say, is that something wasn't completed. Maybe you had to say your truth in something. And you're going to make a final decision. So the Four of Wands in reverse, why you there for Aries, is what's supporting all this as the outside environment. Maybe someone else didn't let something go when they should have. Now, you got the Empress in reverse, so there was no growth there. There was no growth in the situation. There was no blessings you felt. Or maybe, whoever you're dealing with. But the Four of Wands and the Empress both in reverse. Why you there for Aries as the outside source? Could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone who wanted stability. Maybe this person is not feeling this growth with you. And I think it's maybe some sharp words were said and someone's saying, this is just hopeless. Now, in the end, you got the Star card in reverse, and I already told you what that was. Pretty much someone is feeling like the situation is hopeless. Let's find out why. The Star card in reverse, why you there for Aries? Queen of Swords, a couple people you're dealing with possibly, or just another energy. Acting this way, this energy. Queen of Swords also has very sharp words and also gets agitated. And when the Queen of Swords gets agitated, the words are very cutting. And I always used to say, hell have no fury, like the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, it also could be that you are dealing with an air sign. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Some of you are maybe dealing with the earth, some are dealing with air, or maybe they have it both in their chart, or you're dealing with more than one person. But you're thinking something is hopeless with the Queen of Swords situation. You feel like there's no growth, possibly. Or like I said, the Queen of Swords could be feeling this way about you. But they can be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So Queen of Swords, or the Star card, Queen of Swords, both in reverse. Why you there for Aries as the final outcome? Okay, so you're going to end something. Okay, we had the Death card, so we know something's going to go away that needs to for you. I'm thinking this could be friends, family, lovers, work. It doesn't matter. I don't see a lot of like love cards here. So it could be just people you're involved with. But in the end, you do end something that is negative and go on to something more positive with much ease. With the World card in the upright. You're thinking a situation is hopeless. Because this is it, the Star card. Could have to do with the Queen of Swords. And therefore, you may end a cycle and start a new one, brand new, that's going to make you feel better. In the end, you got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra again. They are in reverse. They're not happy with the situation with you. They don't feel like they got what they were supposed to get. And you may even feel that way also and feel like you didn't get what you were supposed to go for. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You may have cost you a little bit in finances, and you're going for your happily ever after. Because things aren't going to change unless you do. The Two of Pentacles. And that is your reading. and I will upload this as soon as I can, and I will talk to you later. Bye.